Hello and welcome to the Deadly Pit, my friends. And right there it is, your deadly pit with super scary critters in there that might do you harm. Hey, this is a work with me problem, so you should have all your materials in front of you and be ready to take some notes here. And then you can use those notes for future problems. Without further ado, let us move on to our scenario. You, my friend, have fallen into a deadly pit. Your only hope of escape is to solve this problem. Your deadly pit contains bison, right there, crazed monkeys, oh yeah, that is one crazed monkey, isn't it? And cheetahs, right there. The pit contains 9 times as many monkeys as bison and 4/9 as many cheetahs as monkeys. And the first task is you must write a ratio that represents the animals in your pit. Alrighty, so the first thing I like to do is write the words bison to monkeys to cheetahs. What I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and pause the video and then just copy this down right here. I will wait for you, my friend. Alrighty, so now we've got bisons to monkeys to cheetahs, and if we look up here, we can see that the pit contains 9 times as many monkeys as bison. So that means I'm simply going to take this and multiply by 9, right? So it's 9 times as many monkeys as bison. So I'm going to take bison, multiply it by 9, and that's going to tell me how many monkeys I have. So if I have 1 bison, right, I'm going to just put 1 here, then that means I'm going to have 1 times 9, because 9 times means multiply by 9, right? That means I'll have 1 times 9, which is 9 monkeys, right? So I can plug in 9 monkeys right there. And then right here, anytime you have fractions, you want to think of them in one of 3 ways. You can think of it as 4/9. You can think of it as 4 out of, with this line being out of 9, or you can think of it as 4 divided by 9. And in this case, we're going to look at it as 4 out of 9, right? So for every 9 monkeys, I get 4 out of those 9. So I have 4 out of the 9 monkeys. So for cheetahs, I get 4 for every 9, right? So that means that I am going to make the colon here and put the 4 right there. So your final representation for the ratio is going to be 1:9:4. Now you could also have the word 2 here, that's fine, but in this case we're going to just put 1:9:4. I'm going to let you pause the video and get this copied, and then we'll move on to number 2 here. Alrighty, and number 2 says, if there are 36 monkeys, how many cheetahs are in your pit? Alrighty, so the first thing I like to do is set up a triple-decker T-chart, and I've got 3 columns here, and then I'm going to just copy it exactly as I have here. So the bisons would go in the first column, the monkeys would go in the second column, and the cheetahs would go into the third column. Then I will set my ratios up exactly how I have them here. So there will be 1 bison, so I'm going to go ahead and write 1 bison, there are 9 monkeys, and there are 4 cheetah. So this is the first step. What I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and pause your video and then make sure you have this triple-decker T-chart all copied exactly as it is, and then we'll finish this up. Alrighty, my friends. So let's move back up here and look at the question once again. If there are 36 monkeys, then how many cheetahs are there? So I want to look at the monkey column, and I want to get 36 there, right? So I'm going to just grab this and write 36 right here. And now I've got to figure out what times 9 will give me 36. And the answer, my friend, is 4, right? So if I take 9 and I multiply it by 4, I will get 36. Now, in order for this to be proportional, then I need to multiply the cheetahs by the same number, and that will be proportional. So it'll keep this ratio proportional with this next ratio here. So I can just do that. 4 times 4 will give me 16. And that means, my friends, that there will be 16 cheetahs. And bam, right there is your answer. And now the other thing you could do is if you wanted to fill this out and figure out how many bison would be in that deadly pit of yours here, if it's proportional to the first ratio, then you're going to take this 4, multiply it by 1, and that means there would be 4 bison in your pit as well. But the question is asking how many cheetahs would be in your pit if there are 36 monkeys. If there are 36 monkeys, you're going to have 16 cheetahs in your pit. What I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and pause this video and copy the rest of this triple-decker T-chart and get that into your notebook, and then we will move on to our third problem. Alrighty, my friends, let's move on to problem number 3, and here we go. If there are 98 creatures in all, how many bison, crazed monkeys, and cheetahs are in your deadly pit down here? All right, so let's go ahead and solve that right now. Alrighty, my friends, when you're looking for the total number of creatures, or 98 in this case, 98 creatures in all, you're going to want to use a quadruple decker T-chart. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, and on the 4th column, I'm going to just total it up. So I'll start with the exact same T-chart that I had down here for the triple decker one, and I'll have bison, monkey, and cheetahs, and in my 4th column, I'm going to write total. Then I'll copy these exact same ratios here. So I've got this ratio of 1 bison to 9 monkeys to 4 cheetahs. And now my next thing that I want to do is figure out what the total would be. If there's 1 bison, 9 monkeys, and 4 cheetahs in this deadly pit, what would the total number of critters be in that pit? Well, 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 4 is going to give you a total of 14. So you'd have 14 critters in that deadly pit. What I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and pause the video and copy this much of this quadruple decker T-chart. Alrighty, my friends. So now I'm going to come back over here and look at my quadruple decker T-chart. I'm looking at the total because over here it's asking me that how many, if I have 98 creatures in all, how many bison, crazed monkeys, and cheetahs. So right now I'm looking for 98 total, right? So let's come over here to our T-chart and plug in 98 here. And I'm going to use red here because that's going to be our answer. I need to know 98 creatures. Well, I need to, in order to keep this proportional, I got to multiply this by some number to get 98. And I happen to know that if I take 14 and if I multiply that by 7, I will get exactly 98. Let's go ahead and look at how that works. 7 times 4 is going to give me 28. Drop your 8, hold your 2 in your brain, right? And then 7 times 1 is 7, plus that 2 from your brain would give you 9, and thus you get 98 for the total, right? Now, in order to keep this proportional, I'm going to take each of these animals and multiply them by 7. So 4 times 7 will give me 28. So there'll be 28 cheetahs. And then monkeys, I got 9 times 7 is going to give me 63. So I got 63 monkeys, right? And now finally, the hardest one of all is bison. 1 times 7. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Yeah, that's easy. It's 7. So right there, my friends, is your number of deadly creatures in your pit. You're going to have 7 bison, 63 monkeys, and 28 cheetahs in your deadly pit. And bam, that is your answer. And that is the strategy you want to use to solve questions like this, where it says, if there are 98 creatures in all, how many bison, crazed monkeys and cheetahs are in your deadly pit. Bam! And right there is your answer. Hey, go ahead and pause this video and get this final step copied. I'll wait for you. Superb, my friends. All right. Hey, that's all you need for this problem. Make sure you can refer back to your notes if you need to, because you're going to have some more challenges that are similar to this one. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.